I lost my pick to a Thaumcraft research, so I had to make a new one. There are two stupid research in Oromancy, one of them is exchange and the other one is break. One of them requires you to submit a fortune tool and the other one a silk touch. It takes it from your inventory, so I lost my pick, which was silk touch, and my hammer, which was fortune. And it's actually very funny because I told myself I'm not going to allow this mistake to happen ever again, and it happened 10 minutes after that. So yes, we have lost the pick, and that was very unfortunate. Did I say hi? Hello everyone! I broke my carpet. How are you doing today? How's life? I'm happy to hear that. But if you guys remember last episode, I forgot to close the door to the vault. Someone entered, killed my guard, and tried to steal my brain. My beautiful brain. And as you guys know, a greatest asset that a genius has is his brain. And since I'm a genius, that is going to be our most important asset. And we need to protect it as best as we can. And how are we going to do this? The problem that we have on this server is that everybody has a ton of health, tons of armor, and tons of resistance. So having them killed is not an option. If killing them is not an option, we're going to introduce darkness into their lives. Fear. Fear is actually much better than a bullet. If you get shot by a turret, you will know that it's a turret. But if you just lose health without knowing why, that is much more effective and therefore they're just going to run away. And we will be happy. So how are we going to do this? Well, our first line of defense is going to be a ritual from blood magic which is called the Feathered Knife. What does it do? It just drains life from players whenever they're around, and we'll put it inside the nearest altar. So if you pay close attention, you might notice that I'm actually losing hearts really fast. Again, this is not meant to kill the intruder, it's just supposed to scare him. Another good thing that I could have done was that I would have made it closer to our main blood altar so that when we are draining life essence, it will just go automatically in my blood network. But the problem is that it's too far away and I have to move this guy by like 20 blocks or so. And I really don't want to do that because we have to move the entire vault by like, I don't know, 20 blocks and, well, it's a pain. So we just have a blood altar on top and we're basically voiding the life essence. It's okay, it's an intruder's life essence, we don't need that. Another very good thing about rituals from blood magic is that you can turn them on and off using a redstone signal. So if you give it a redstone signal, it's going to be off. If you turn the redstone signal off, it's going to be on. So theoretically I can just have a wireless redstone system in order to arm the vault whenever I'm not online. But we will think of that later on. For the moment, we need some decorations. And for decorations I was thinking we use some liquid death. I don't think I have all the essentials. Yes, we're missing death. We are using liquid death for aesthetics, so we might as well cheat because it's kind of expensive. I mean, I don't really want to craft 20 buckets, I just want to craft one. Oh, I forgot we dismantled our crucible, and I can't fit it here because symmetry. It is perfectly fine, we have wireless essential transfer, so we can put it here. Also, I have been informed that this guy does not require any water or night ore. Or maybe just water, I don't know. You're facing the correct way, that's good. Essential mirror. Ew. Yeah, for some reason we do not get cinnabar on the server, so getting quicksilver is a pain. Any cheaty way of getting it? There is a 50% chance from destabilized redstone. Okay, that's worth it. Until right now I was actually getting it from chopping down silverwood, but you get such a tiny amount that it's not even worth your time. Also yes, that was the wrong dimension. I need to go to the deep dark. Cause I'm actually looking for destabilized redstone and you don't really find it in the nether. Yes. We found it. So Thomas has already been to Kepler 22. Let's go and check. Oh my goodness, I forgot they have ores. And I made him angry. Yes, thank you. I'm so happy. They do have a huge sun. Why am I carrying so much garbage? We should take some ores. Nothing too fancy, just a bit of emeralds. You have no idea how short I am on coal. And of course, we cannot leave the diamonds. Just a bit. Anyways, cinnabar. That will give us quicksilver. I think I'm also going to make a seed for it because we don't have any other means of getting it. Yeah, that's it. So I have crafted 4 essential mirrors, 2 of them are going to be for the arcane infusion, and 2 of them are going to be for crafting. And I think it was just sneak and right click? No. Right click? Yes. So one of them is on top of our essential jars and the other one goes over here. And if I want to craft something, essential will just fall down. It's gonna look nice. And the other one, we're also going to link it as well. And we can just put it in the center of our roof. Oh, you can't put it on glass. Jerk. I can remove the Kappar coin. I hope Queen doesn't see this. And we can put the mirror over there. That should be in range. Actually, I can't really do that because the emptying essential transfuser has to be here. So maybe we put the mirror over there? I don't really know. Let us see if we can craft some liquid death. You are not getting the essential. Do you need night ore? Okay, so it does not require to have water, but it does need night ore. My bad. I'm sorry. Also, the way that we are going to cheat is relatively simple. There is something from random things called fluid display, and you just right click. That's it. You get to keep the bucket, but you will also have the fluid. But it's only for display purposes, so I can literally walk on it. Obviously, we are just using the fluid display for aesthetic purposes. It has no other uses. But there are traps that we have to use. One of them is going to be the shield from RF Tools. I just noticed that we can literally paint this guy. It has been such a long time that we didn't have Ender IO that I forgot we have the painting machine. Oh, you can't paint it. That is kind of a bummer. Does the mimic work? Yeah, I forgot. The mimic is for the shield, not the projector. Well, it is what it is. I can't really hide it unless there's a hole in the wall somewhere. So what we're going to do is that we're just going to put it under the brain. Like so. I do have a filter for Queen, and I'm assuming if we activate you, you should be invisible. Not like that. Transparent, solid, invisible. Yes, that one. So there is a shield over here, which is going to damage him. And I can access my chest. Okay, I want to say it's not that visible, but it's actually very obvious. I kind of have an idea. We're going to move it forward by 1 block. I'm going to put the flux network over there, and where is my projector? Yes, over here. So theoretically I can just put the jar over here and make the shield come from up here. Yes, that is actually much better because it's going to be invisible. I just need to make a little bit more shield blocks. And just to demonstrate to you how it's going to work, I'm going to add a filter for all of the players and we're going to activate it. So if I walk, I should take damage. And the best part of the plan is, you don't really know what's damaging you. The final thing that I want to add to our tunnel over here is going to be a potion sprayer from Thaumcraft. It basically works like a dispenser with potions inside, but instead of using that potion, it just uses Essentia in order to spray it on top of the victims. And it will cover an area which is 3 by 3 by 3 in front of it, so these 2 blocks should also be included. The problem that I noticed, and you might have noticed as well, is that it does require a crazy amount of Essentia. So what we're going to do is that we are going to have an Essentia transfuser on the bottom. I have made an additional pair of mirrors, so one of them is going to go over here. We'll link the other one. And I'm assuming if we put this one here, you should get the Essentia. Yes, very good. Oh, I don't have all the Essentias. Oh, I don't. That is perfectly fine. We can smelt some. Yes, we were missing 2 of the Essentias, but now I think we should be good. Yes, it's charging up. Perfect. And the way that this guy works is that if you give it a redstone signal, it's going to throw that potion. The problem is that if I put an entity detector over here so that it will detect players, I am one of those players, and I don't want to get killed. Just to show you what the problem is, here is an entity detector and it is set to detect me. If I connect the redstone, the lamp is on. The lamp is actually representing the potion sprayer and now it's active and I get splashed with a potion. And that's not very good, we don't want it to happen. I did try to see if this guy actually works with a redstone signal or not, that doesn't happen. Also, I did not find a list for players, so I cannot blacklist myself. Therefore, I think the best solution to control the potion sprayer is going to be an AND gate, like so, from Project Red. Oh, it's not called Project Red. Okay, the way that an AND gate works, this is a compact version, you can make a vanilla version, is that whenever you have 2 inputs and both of them are on, your output is also going to be on. This is kind of embarrassing. Is it that way? Are you sure you're an AND gate? Aha. Okay, so apparently I don't know what I'm talking about and I have no idea how this guy works, but we are going to make a vanilla one. We are going to have 2 inputs, they are going to be represented by these 2 torches. We need a redstone line in the center and I think a torch goes here, therefore it's going to be off. We have 1 redstone thus and the lamp which is offline right now. Again, the lamp is going to be the potion sprayer. So if I flick the levers over here and activate both of them, the lamp is going to be on. If both of the inputs are active, the lamp is going to be on. If one of them is active, the lamp is going to be off. If both of them are inactive, the lamp is going to be off. And that is exactly what we want. One of the inputs is going to be the entity detector, so it's going to emit a redstone signal whenever it detects a player, and one of our inputs is going to be active. And the second one is going to be a manual switch, so that I can arm the traps using a lever in my base. In this way we can control the ritual from blood magic and the potion sprayer at the same time. That is good. I have set up a screen from RF Tools over here which is going to control the altar and the potion sprayer. So now everything is inactive and if I go into the vault, there should not be any problems. The altar is not draining any hearts, that is good, and this is the border of the entity detector, so if I go in, nothing is going to happen. No splashes, and I can go to my brain. And yes, I have deactivated the potion sprayer, but they are alarms, so if it's active, we should hear the alarms. Let us give it a test. So we go in, our blood is being drained, that is good, and we should hear alarms. Yes, that is perfect. It's just that I forgot what I had to do. You are turned off, you get your transfuser, and I'm out of here. And since I'm going to work in that area for a little bit, we turn it off. I think we have spent enough time on the vault for today and it's time to move on. Later on I'm actually going to add my spa over here, to take some baths, and I also worked on a small garden cloche area. So it's not complete, but it's not that far away. So for the moment, we just call it a day. The next issue that I want to address is going to be our blood altar. Today I was having a discussion with Thomas and I realized, based on some formulas and calculations, that our blood altar is garbage. Currently the capacity of our blood altar is 101 buckets, but the default recipe of a blood altar is only 10 buckets. How do you increase that? Well, you use different runes. One of them is going to be the rune of capacity, which adds like 2 buckets to the blood altar, and one of them is the rune of augmented capacity, which adds 2%. By 2%, I meant increasing the capacity of the blood altar by 2%. The issue that I discovered today is that I always used to think that a rune of augmented capacity is going to take the capacity of the altar and the runes of capacity, and then it's going to apply the 2%. That is not true. The rune of augmented capacity is independent from the runes of capacity, so it only adds to the altar itself, not the runes of capacity. What does it mean? It means that if you don't have any runes of capacity and just have runes of augmented capacity, the capacity of your altar is going to be humongous. So I have to remove all of these guys and I need to craft runes of augmented capacity. And this is why I had a stack of buckets in my inventory earlier. It's gonna take a bit of time, so I'll be right back. Do you know the best part of this inventory remote? Unlike the applied energistics one, it actually opens your terminal. Because with applied energistics, when you put items in your crafting terminal, you cannot access it from the remote. Here, you can, and that is very good. Although I'm actually not comparing them, applied energistics is for automation, Ender.io is also for automation, but it's more like a giant chest. Our capacity has been increased to almost 500,000. Okay, that's crazy. I can't fill it in, right? No chance. Okay, so I have adjusted our altar and we no longer have runes of capacity, just the augmented version. And we can hold almost 800,000 LP. That's crazy. I also added a few more runes of sacrifice, and based on our hearts we are contributing almost 180,000 LP whenever we're stabbing ourselves. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is great. That means that we would be able to proceed to our next part of the plan, which is ore generation. And I think we're going to do it over there. This was supposed to be a project which I'm no longer interested in, so we're just going to replace it. Did I make this solid? No, okay. The ritual that we are going to perform in order to generate ores is going to be the Mark of the Falling Tower. We have already done this in FTB Revelation, we're going to repeat the same project. Because it does look nice, but we do need a clear line of sight to the sky. Yes, it's not obstructed, good. And it does require a fair bit of ruins. I had 2 stacks and a half, let us see how much is left. Are we good? No? Well, we are left with 60. Now we know. Of course you can always read the wiki, but Basically what is going to happen is that at the cost of LP, the ritual is going to summon a meteor comprised of ores. There are different tiers of meteors, we're going to go with the basic one for testing purposes. One thing that we should remember is that the meteor is going to hit the ground, so if we do not stop it, it's actually going to destroy the ritual itself. So we are going to stop it with obsidian. You don't need that many, you just need the one on top, but I was lazy to make an angel block, so we used it as scaffolding. If I remember everything correctly, we have to activate the ritual and then drop a block of iron. It will be consumed and we should have a meteor. Hopefully. Yes. Nice. This is the basic one, it mainly has metals and I was expecting also coal, but apparently that is going to be the second tier. The third tier, which is a block of diamonds, is going to give you emeralds and diamonds. So that one is the best. But the size actually changes, so it's not going to be as big as this one. So we have this stupid meteor, how are we going to actually harvest it? That is a very good question. We are going to use an arcane boar and I have been smelting some essentia in order to craft it. I think we have enough. Yeah, I was worried about vacuous, but we have enough. And hopefully I have not messed up the ingredients, because literally that is my final rare earth. We don't have any more. And that is what we made last episode. It looks really cool. Very stable, good. Perfection. I should not have made scaffolding out of obsidian, because now it's a pain to mine it. We don't need to mine all of it, just a little bit. This is going to be a very small platform for the arcane boar, and I think we can make it face upwards somehow. Are you facing upwards? Yeah, maybe we just remove 2 more blocks. Okay, just to make sure. Oh, and by the way, this guy is alive, so if the meteor explodes nearby, this guy might die. Just be careful if you're doing this. I know that nobody is going to do that and you're just going to make a quarry, but I thought maybe I should mention it. Now we give you the pick, and I forgot to bring a lever. Yes, I got a lever. Let us give it a test. Not that way, you idiot. I really hope that this time you're going to face the correct way. No. I did finally manage to make it work. You have to smack it with the gauntlet to determine its direction. I kind of forgot about that. But if we put a chest next to him and activate the lever, it's going to mine everything. Obsidian was a bad choice, I know. But you might notice we're getting ores. Automatically. It's literally the most amazing thing ever. And the best part is, we're going to be filthy rich. The range and depth that this guy can dig is determined by the pickaxe you give it. I have given it my pickaxe of the core, so it will do a nice job. Yeah, you see, it's 13 wide and 48 deep. I think in FTB Revelation I just gave it a dark steel pick, and that was 64 blocks. But this is already perfect for us, and I'm not going to complain. But this is just great. I'm no longer poor. Well, it is far away from being something fully automated, but at least it's a good start. We are not going to do ore processing today, but we are going to at least place down the obsidian automatically. And honestly speaking, I think still the best way of doing that is through a builder from RF Tools. I think this should be a safe distance. We want the obsidian to be placed down here, exactly, and the only thing that we have to do is to define the two corners of it. So we have to remove the excess blocks, we shift click on U, then I'm going to select the first corner and the second one. So let us give it another test. This time we are going to summon Meteor Tier 2, which is going to be a block of gold. So you go on top, and we should have another meteor. Where's the obsidian? I mined the obsidian. Let this be a lesson to me that I should never record when I'm sleepy. I forgot to turn off the board, it harvested the obsidian, the meteor hit the ground. I also lost my hammer, so we have to make do with thermal expansion. Well, I had to make the ritual one more time. I had to make another arcane board, which was not the easiest thing in the world, and not to mention, I had to mine the entire meteor. That was literally the worst part, but let us place our obsidian first. Oh yes, it was dark, I couldn't see it. It's not supposed to be a 3x3 platform, but for the moment I'm not really picky. So we activate you one more time, drop the gold, and see what happens. Yes, we stopped it. And you're fine, perfect. And this is the mistake that I did last time, now we have to activate the board. Oh, this is not Silk Touch, I get experience. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode before I make any more mistakes. Anyways, I still get questions that which mod pack this is, and I just wanted to mention that all the links are in the description. The mod pack, everybody who's making videos, and everybody who streams. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.